This is the Awakening Word brought to you by Reverend Samson Ajetomobi, the president of the Men of Issachar Vision Incorporated and overseer of the Redemption Faith Churches.
So when I say to you most time, nothing encourages a man like answers to prayer. It's an amazing truth. And I'm sure today you will experience answers to prayer.
Reverend Ajetomobi is called by God with a mandate to reach the unreached at all cost and reawaken the church to our responsibilities.
Every gallows the enemy have set up, by the word of God today, they will go into the same pits.
Be blessed.
And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. Verse 2. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. Let's look at verse 3 to it. And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. May the Lord bless his word. Verse 1 talk about the roots of your information, the roots of the counsel, and the roots of the move of the Spirit. It says a rod shall come forth out of Jesse, and Jesse is the father of David, if you are aware of that. Is that okay? And a branch shall grow out of his roots. Now, every time you sow a seed and it's growing into a tree, your expectation, your excitement will be when the trees start growing strong. Is that okay? And it starts showing flowering, even before fruits start showing flowering, you get excited with great expectation. So if a man says, I am rooted in Christ, we need to double check what manner of fruit comes out of your life. And because Christ is a spiritual person in our life, then the fruit that should come out of us should first be spiritual. So we got this seven spirits that appears like the character of a man who is rooted in God. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? So that's verse number 1. So he said, you will grow out. You will grow out. So he began to talk in verse number 2 of the manifestation that should come out of our life, or that we should assess in our life or flow out of us. And he talked about the spirit of wisdom. You see, the word and understanding simply means the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of understanding. Is that okay? The spirit of counsel, the spirit of might, the spirit of knowledge, and the spirit of the fear of God. All these are in the spiritual dimension. Read my lips if you can. As strong as you are in your spirit, it's the explanation of your physical delivery capacity. Nobody delivers physically beyond his spiritual intake. That's what we've said there many years ago when a man of God came here to preach in one of the conferences. He made a statement we will never forget. He says, if your output is greater than your input, then your upkeep will be a downfall. Very profound statement. You don't say, I don't want to fall into temptation again. You'll be deceiving yourself because you will fall into it. What do you do not to fall into temptation again will be taking in more. Is that okay? And what you are taking in is stronger than what you are giving out, then your sustenance will be victory. So here it is, the spirit of counsel. And that's what we're narrowing down on. So there are different kinds of counsel in life. You may be counseled professionally. Is that okay? By a doctor. He could look at you and say, Madam, or excuse me, sir, this sickness gives you 7 days to die. So can you clean up? He meant well. The doctor meant well. He's just assessing what he's able to see. Number two, a man looks at you and tells you, from my experience in life, the way you are doing this, you will end up this way, and it will not be a good way to end. And because of his experience in life, that might actually happen because of the way you are living your life. And he has seen men who have lived that kind of life before and knew how they ended up. Are you getting the story? But this is also limited. But the Spirit of Counsel has a way of ordering your spirit and showing you the future effect and how to save your life. That's why I say you will hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. Why? There are many ways that looks right. There are many ideas that looks right. How has Christians wasted so much of their resources when they get a cheap way to make money? They say, oh, one man has said, he says, bring 100,000, he will give you 200 in 2 weeks, and another following week you get another 200, another one. They say, oh boy, this is quick, this is quick. You carry your 100,000, you put there, the guy travel, change his number, you can't trace him. So God was talking to me about breakthrough. That is breakdown. God doesn't give breakthrough that way. When you are greedy for gain, your best experience will be to enjoy yourself. That is the lot of men who are greedy for gain. Let me tell you one secret today about money. Money is a good servant, but a bad master. If you don't treat money like a servant, you are going to mess up yourself. If you allow money to master your life, it's going to mess you up. It's a bad master. So everybody say, I just want to make money. I just want to make money. That is a life that will be injured, and he will never make the money. Greedy men don't have enough. Even when they have some, it's never enough. Are you following me? The Spirit of Counsel, it is a spirit, and it's from the Spirit of God. Now, there are other kinds of spirits that also could counsel you. For example, those who join the occult, they give them a counsel in the occult and say to them, you will make money, you will be great, you will be this, but you have to give your wife for sacrifice. I don't know if you heard that kind of story before. You have to donate your wife. One man was told, he went to seek counsel for money. And then they told him, it's not difficult, you will get a lot of money. But what is going to happen, as soon as this money starts coming, you will become impotent, because that is what will be used to service the altar. He was counseled that way, and for the greediness of his heart, he agreed to be impotent and have money than to be potent and live a normal life. Now the money has come, there is no child. So there are different counsel going on. There are men counseling you to try a second wife. One man told me in a Yoruba proverb, he says that you use a woman who is not obeying you, you marry another one to beat the one that is not obeying you. Have you heard that kind of proverb before? That so you marry another woman to discipline the one at all. So I asked the man, so what happened if the second one you marry is start also misbehaving like the first one? I say, it means you marry the third one to discipline the second one. And you will marry the fourth one to discipline the third one. I say, you are in trouble for life. But somebody counseled him to do that. And was actually going to do that, except for whichever way he came my way. And I said, you'll be a stupid man to do that. You'll multiply your sorrow and pain. But somebody counseled him. Somebody counsel you at times not to trust your wife. Say, you don't tell a woman everything. Say, woman, which woman? You don't tell a woman everything. You don't tell her everything. So the day you die, we don't know any of your password. Stranger will carry all you have labored for, because we don't know where they are. You build a house secretly somewhere. Nobody knows where the house is, not even your wife. So it is great wisdom for you to choose what counsel you take. You don't just take every counsel. Some of we parents in our children choosing courses that they want to study, you say, no. You must be a doctor. You must be a lawyer. You must be... One of our friends, the son just finished as a medical doctor in United Kingdom. The guy hit it, made a high grade, got job offers everywhere. You know what the boy told? I attended the graduation in England. You know what the boy told the father? He said, Dad, I have pleased you now. You want me to be a doctor? I am now a doctor. So can I go and do what I love to do? The boy loved to be a journalist. As I'm talking to him, he's in school of journalism now. Say, that is what I love to do. But you force me because you are my father and you insist I must be a doctor. Now I'm a doctor journalist. I've done yours, so let me do mine. So the father turned to me and said, he's telling you the whole truth. So give him the support, fund him. So I told him, I said, boy, when you graduate as a journalist in this city, I will be back for your graduation. If I stood by the father, I will stand by the son. Wrong counsel had made that man spend double money, true or false. I have a daughter in my house, one of my children. When she talks to you or you say anything, she asks you why. You have to persuade him. He argues with you, bring you fact and figures. He did everything. So I said, girl, what do you like to study? Is he a lawyer? I said, correct. The way you are even lawyering me at home, you will make a good lawyer. Find out what are the flares of your children and guide them into it. Did you understand my thought? Guide them into it. Don't twist them out of it. But people force you to do them or counsel you wrongly to do them, and now you have finished, you've graduated, and you are feeling very bad. What pushed me into all of this? A guy studied history, he's working in the bank now. He's now a bank manager. I said, how did you get here? He said, all along, I love to work in the bank. But I never passed mass. I said, but now I'm happy I'm here. Praise God. So the spirit of counsel is very important. Why? When you are well counseled, you save more time, you save more money, you have more time to rest. Exodus chapter 18, verse 19. Hearken now unto me, unto my voice, I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. This was Jethro counseling Moses. What was Moses' problem? He was such a busy man of God. Today he's in Lokoja, tomorrow he's in Germany, the other day is everywhere. And he says, I counsel from morning till night. They brought his wife for him. He wouldn't see the wife. They brought the children for him. He had no time for the children. And when he met his father-in-law, he says, sir, I counsel from morning to night. The people bring their matters to me, and I sit up from morning to night. And Jethro said to Moses, the thing you do that you call ministry is not good. The thing you do that you call your vocation, your business, once it threatens your home, it is not good. So when do good things turn bad? When it threatens your home. You're working in Jalingo for 5 years. Your wife is living in Lagos, 5 years apart. Children scattered around in different schools. No character molding when they should be molded. And you say, after all, we are making money. That money is not good. A couple so used to each other, lived all their lives together. Baba turned 90. Mama was 80-something. Baba died. The following week, Mama died. You know why they died? they have been friends all along. So now that one friend is gone, oh boy, let's continue our friendship on the other side. Because if I stay here, I'm not used to anybody. So Jethro said to Moses, what kind of business is that? You are attending conference here, conference there, preaching here, preaching there. I used to be a bad preacher before. But if you have an idea of my schedule before, it's a bad one. I will travel like wind. I think I don't used to travel again like before. I can be gone for 3 months, gone for 4 months, from nation to nation, not looking back, just going everywhere. And they said to me, brother, rest. I said, no, we must preach this gospel, get all men saved. Till I realized that me alone can't get all men saved. I just play my role. When did I start becoming a good husband? The day I came home and I was going to preach in Abuja. I flew into the country, just dropped my suitcase, take another suitcase. We're going to Abuja to preach. I've run into the airport, shower, change my clothes, ready to go. I checked the door of our bedroom is locked. My wife locked the door and hide the key. May God forgive her. So I said, favor, I don't want to miss this flight. And my phone was ringing. The protocols are on their way to the airport. I said, listen, I have a problem. He said, it will be solved after. I said, it's a domestic problem. If I don't solve it, I might not meet this home when I come back. And then she taught me a scripture that I have used to change many people's lives. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 6. She didn't fight with me. Wise women don't fight to bring a change. You counsel to get a change. Did you hear me? She showed me that scripture. She said, look not upon me because I am black, because the sun had looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyard. But what? My own vineyard I have not kept. When she read that to me, I said, don't explain. I understand. You are my vineyard. I must tend you first and tend our children first. I've been busy taking care of other people's vineyard, getting them saved into the kingdom, getting them have serve God and all of that. But my own vineyard is hanging. So I changed my mind for that wise counsel. I think now I'm staying even more at home, and it's like I'm too much at home. Right? Maybe I should carry my bag now and go. I'm too much at home. You see me every Sunday. You see me every Tuesday. See me every Thursday. You say, oh God, you don't want to go anywhere against our day house. I'm taking care of my vineyard. Are you being well cared for? Are you sure? Yes. But I need to remind you, we're starting the second missionary journey. So he counseled him. The thing you do, not just ministry, businessmen here, listen to me. You're busy doing business. You got patients in Lokoja, patients in Abuja, patients in Akure, patients in Abeokuta, patients in Lekki, patients everywhere. Chowoyi, we will have money, but not at the cost of our home. When you run schedules like that, what you do becomes bad, no matter how much you make out of it. So what brings greatness is not how much you make, it's how well you are integrated. It's how much healthy relationship that surrounds you. Some of you are so busy that when it's time to serve God, say, I can't make rehearsal today. I have one appointment. I have somebody coming. There's so much money to make out of it. Maybe I will join later on. It's okay. Maybe that's how much you understood God. May God bless the one you have. Because when he blesses it, your run around is nothing compared to it. I can tell you how kind God has been since this year began. But I'm preaching at home. This is my base. I'm not preaching around. And when I finish preaching, maybe the best you give me is a cold drink. And thank you for blessing us today. Do you understand? But do you know? We're still not stranded. We're still mighty. We're still greatly blessed. Do not go in anywhere. So what makes a man blessed is not his walkabout. It's staying where God can access you. Some of you run too much that you are no longer accessible by God. You are off the radar. Great counsel. We sustain greatness by good counsel. Numbers 27, verse 21. Greatness is sustained by good counsel. The challenge of great people at times is to think that they don't need anybody or they know everything. You are trying to tell them something, they say, I know. Trying to tell them something, I know. And why they're talking to you that way is because they feel they've achieved something already. No matter what you have achieved, you can be 10 times more than that if you take counsel. That's why you can't counsel a proud person. He has an explanation on everything. He has what? An explanation on everything. You can't help a proud person. Why? He has explanation on everything. When you tell him, this is not how to do this, he said, no. And so time, and it depends on the way you look at it. That is the evil of the new age. You know the evil of the new age? He talks about your perspectives. Somebody said to me in Canada, I said, isn't it unfair to say Jesus is the only way? See, it depends on how you look at it. You are towards Jesus, and that is the way to you. We are towards Hindu, and that is the way for us. It's not just to live right and be morally correct and get there. That is what is changing the world. You are counseling a woman how to be a great wife. It says it depends on the way you look at it. You are telling a husband, this is how to treat your wife. You can't do it. He said, Reverend, she's my wife. It depends on the way you are looking at. Something is wrong with you. Are you the first person to have a wife? People have been having wives before you were born. You are getting counsel to save your marriage and you are arguing. That's the danger of great people who are proud and arrogant. You can add up to them. You know a wise person? A wise person knows more than you, but still listens to you. Even though he knows more than you, you can do all your bragging and do all your talking. He just listens and smiles. That's wisdom. Do you understand? That is a wise person. He just listens to all that you want to say and say, no, I'm not going to change. That is what I want to do. He just listens. When a man argues too much on everything, wisdom is missing. Lack of wisdom that brings unending argument. Here in Numbers 27 verse 21 was talking about Joshua. Question 1, answer me please. Is Joshua a small person? The Joshua you know in the Bible, in the book of Joshua. Now he's talking about him here. That Joshua will carry the spirit of Moses. He will minister in the office of Moses. But with all that attainment, it says, he shall stand before Elijah, the priest, who shall do what? Ask counsel. Who shall ask counsel for him after the judgment of Urim before the Lord. At his word shall thou go out. Who are we talking about here? Joshua. Do you know who Joshua is? Now, a man like Joshua at that spiritual capacity needs to listen to a counsel by a priest. And God was saying to Moses was giving this instruction, at the counsel of the priest will you go out. At his counsel will you come in. Now, excuse me, Joshua has enough capacity to bluff off the priest? Yes or no? Does he have that capacity or not? He said, "Oh God, priest, what are you talking about?" But wise men take counsel. I have seen a lot of proud and arrogant people. When things fall apart, they now remember and start running down to you. When a man speaks for God, he speaks not for himself. And he does not speak by reason of his natural age. He speaks by the ageless wisdom of God. May you be wise to take counsel. In the day your pastor rebuke you, may you take with a good spirit. In the day he encourages you, may you take it with joy. Are you hearing me? Because you have no idea, God will put wisdom on his lips for your safety. And when you despise it, you are grounded. You know, at times some of us are just quietly stubborn. How did I describe the kind of stubbornness? You won't say yes, you won't say no, but what you will do, you will do. That is what? Quietly stubborn is not profitable for you.
We trust that you've been blessed by this message preached by Reverend Samson Ajetomobi of the Men of Issachar Vision Incorporated. We invite you to worship with us every Sunday at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday at the Men of Issachar Vision Incorporated, Olororo, Ojo, Ibadan. Or watch our services online via the Men of Issachar Vision Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can also listen to us on mivradio.com. For inquiries, please call 0808 085 4818 or send an email to mivmandates2010@gmail.com. God bless you.